It shows that I am live now. Sometimes the YouTube cuts the beginning, but now I feel I can greet you. So hello for everyone who is tuning in this unique transmission that I felt inspired to do live, and I called it the perfect reference point. Refined your perfect reference point. And how to refine that perfect reference point, perfect perspective for everything. So it is like tuning in into nothing, into no thingness, which gives that perfect perspective for everything. So yeah, let's dive into that. Let's realize in a new way that between all seeming opposites, all interchanging variables of life, between all conditions, all thoughts, there is one perfect existence behind it all, behind all the appearances. There is only one undifferentiated, indivisible existence. This is true reality, as Buddhists call it emptiness. But that emptiness is full potential for everythingness that can be expressed and experienced. So this emptiness, this pure isness is like an axis that holds and connects together everything. Again, all the variables of multidimensional creation. So you can see symbolically as the perfect axis, as the spine of God, which balances everything, that coordinates everything in perfect harmony. So the same principle is reflected within our bodies, and that principle is called homeostasis. It means that whenever our bodies are affected by various changing conditions, it always naturally does its best to balance your optimal state of being for functioning in this physical reality. So it is natural, built-in balancing mechanism within our bodies. And also the same mechanism applies to our whole biosphere of this planet. It also applies to our solar system, our galaxy, and so on. And it also applies, most importantly, to our minds, because mind is the subtle cause for all matters, for all expressions that we can experience through our physical senses. All the universe is thought into existence, and we always experience everything within our mind or within our consciousness. We never experience everything apart from our consciousness, and it is impossible. Consciousness is necessary condition to experience all other conditions. As Buddha said, mind is everything. So, and what you think you become. So, for all the toxic, destructive occurrences that we can witness in our world, for all our suffering is responsible our mind, and our attachment to various contradictory to the truth beliefs, buying into beliefs that I am separate, I am unworthy, I am not enough, I need to prove myself, I need to force my truth, or I need to keep myself small all the time. So when we got into those belief systems, we are operating in unnatural way, out of tune with the universal harmony, with that essential principle that I described at the beginning, that pure existence that always coordinates, balances, harmonizes, integrates everything into holistic harmony. So our mind also naturally follows that, but there is also free will through which we can resist that, we can fight that natural currents of life, of godly intelligence. We are not allowing our minds to come back into this perfect reference point. We always chasing thoughts, always riding trains of thoughts from the beginning of the day to the end of the day. We are living in various conditional stories, and when we go to sleep and when we wake up, we continue that momentum, continue with that momentum, even while we're sleeping. And of course, I'm just generalizing now. I believe that most of people who are tuning into this transmission is already working with that in various ways, awakening your mind. That is most important in these days, to realize that our mind is the subtle cause for everything that we are experiencing from day to day. And then when we wake up to that, when we wake up as the mind, as the consciousness, then we can turn our mind or our consciousness into itself, to look into itself. And then what happens when all of our mind, all of our consciousness is turned within? When it tries to find itself, it comes to that pure emptiness. Then that all balancing, all harmonizing principle becomes obvious. Then we get that unified sense of being. And when we highlight that sense of pure beingness, then its balancing and harmonizing effect becomes empowered when we are working together with that principle, with that Tao, with that Dharma, with your dharmic path. Because then you are opening the space for natural balancing to take place. Whenever you are interrupting those unnatural inertias of your mind, then and come to meditate into that openness, into that allowance for nature to do its work, then yes, then your mind, your perspective automatically starts to refine itself and come and awaken in that perfect reference point for everything. And of course, together with that, your body also come to the optimal balance and health. You may suddenly see how various situations in your life, various challenges also starts to work out more smoothly. You may see more harmony in the world because you are changing the subtle cause. And while you are resting in that pure awareness, in that perfect reference point, which is free from beliefs, from definitions, it is again like emptiness, nothingness. Then you rest as that, when you're aware of that within yourself, then you naturally feel what resonates to that and what no longer resonates to that. Then your dharmic path becomes obvious. You naturally feel what is in the best service, what is in the best harmony for every fresh moment between all the variables of life that becomes apparent and obvious to you. But you need to have full faith in that. in that state of knowingness. That all the relative knowledge comes in perfect synchronicity. You know what you need to know, and you don't know what you don't need to know for each moment. It works flawlessly. Again, it is automatic principle. And yes, you become clear mirror for everything, for all your inner life. You will see all your different parts of your personality, and you will see how all of those parts can harmonize, can integrate again into holistic functioning in your dharmic path, in your path of harmony with life, with universe. So this is our true axis, our true spineless spine. Yes, it is indivisible, so it is invisible to our senses and to our faculties of mind. It is the mind that itself, one mind itself, which is source of all thoughts and all creation. And you can also comment, you can also say hello or ask a question if you have. Maybe you would like to explore something together for a moment, so always feel free to comment both in my videos and on my live streams. And shortly I will do guided meditation to really feel into that. To tune in deeper. Okay. So now I invite you to sit with your back straight, or you can also lay down, but also not, I advise to not be bend or your hands and legs crossed in some way. If you lay down, just lay down as in Shavasana posture, on the back, legs and arms on sides. Or yes, you can also sit. I recommend to sit also straight, because that helps to be in more heightened energy, in more lucidity. And so when you find your comfortable posture, allow yourself to close your eyes. and feel how your attention naturally goes within itself. Feel your breath. Allow your breath to be very gentle but also deep. Listen to the soundlessness of your gentle breath. Merge your mind with this natural breath that is taking place. Follow your energy, how it moves, how it rises and falls. Become more aware of all sensations, from gross to subtle, and just give yourself space for those feelings to be felt, for those energies to move, to change and exchange together. And let go all of your thoughts, all of your definitions, all of your names and forms. Allow yourself to experience everything in the seamless way, in unified, formless way. In the perfect suchness, just as it is, without interpretation. And even if interpretations comes naturally, see them also as the part of this perfect suchness. See how thoughts rises and falls just as it is. See how everything happens effortlessly. Realize that essentially you are doing nothing now. Realize that unconditional beingness, that is being on itself. perfectly allowing everything, perfectly accepting everything, and perfectly transcending everything. And so everything circulates within this beingness. And everything is unified through this one beingness. So there is a harmony, natural harmony between everything. And everything belongs. So in this space, invite all your inner parts to join, to hug, to form the perfect mandala of your personality. Yes, invite all the parts, all the thoughts, all the emotions, even all the judgments, and see how those parts are joining with all other parts and finds peace, finds integration, finds its harmonious proportion in relationship with wholeness of your being. And then see how this unified personality of yours joins with all other personalities in your life, in your circles, and in all world. See how all of us in this world are also perfectly connected in that unified web of life, that unified harmony of cosmos. And within this world, everything is changing. All the forms exchanging and changing and changing. There is always freshness. There is always renewals. So we move in harmony with all this changing, not fixating on anything. Or if certain fixations happens, they happens naturally, and then letting go also happens in its appropriate timing. And then I invite you to see, to realize again freshly that we all our differences are joined together in one essence. So we can see our interconnectedness in many different levels of existence, of creation. But when we go to the root, we see that we are identical, identical sparks of God, sparks of the infinite. And there is no hierarchy here. It is only expressed in our dream of creation, where we always play different roles and changing those roles for the play. But in essence, we are all equal, we are all completely similar, as those children of the divine. And when we penetrate even deeper, we can realize that we are that one divine being, one divine consciousness, one divine beingness. It is obvious because we are all sharing these same qualities of beingness and consciousness. So it is that one beingness and consciousness, one conscious beingness shares all of us as expressions of itself. And we are all working together. And everything that is allowed has perfect integral function in this grand harmony of creation. So let's feel ourselves on that essential level of oneness, which is the true level, eternal, eternal golden age. This is where we all truly rest. This is where we all truly exist in perfect unity, in complete love. In the fullness of love, which is infinite. And that's why that completeness of love is also being expressed and celebrated through endless creations. But we are not defined by the creations. We are not determined by conditions. So give conditions to conditions. Give all that is changing to the change itself. And feel your essential self absolutely free, resting in this perfect unity. Witnessing all the change, all the play, but it is not affected by the play. So then paradoxically, you can play in the most empowering, loving, and enjoyable way, because you have this perfect reference point. You have that formlessness that can shapeshift into any form that is needed for each appearing situation. Feel this original spirit of yours. Feel its flexibility. It's all encompassing and penetrating nature. This perfect state of knowingness that you are. It cannot be shaken. We can debate on how we are, on what we are, but we cannot debate the fact that, first of all, we are, before all the comments. So it is a state of perfect clarity, which is beyond relative knowledge and ignorance. Feel that lucidity, that clarity, which automatically aligns you to all the relative clarity that you need for your relative journey in this life. Feel the vibrancy of this state permeating everything, harmonizing, balancing, clarifying, healing, inspiring, and so on. And this is also the place of your free will. Whenever you are not moved by various opposites, various polarities, various conditional beliefs, and you see everything clearly, then you truly have your free will in that pure consciousness. And in that pure consciousness, also it becomes obvious how you want to express your free will. Because again, it is perfect reference point for everything. So you feel naturally, intuitively inspired to express yourself, to express your will. And you can do it now in this space. Give word to your heartfelt intention. For example, let there be peace. Let there be awakening and celebration within this unity consciousness. Let there be thriving. With awakened unity consciousness. Let it be so, and so it is. So I just expressed my words. You can also join in them, or you can also express your will in your unique way, how it feels best for you in this moment. And then we can feel that all of our expressions again joins together in perfect harmony and fulfill this one best dream of this one mind, of this one heart. Let's feel it for a moment. Let's lead it for a moment with our attention, with our love, with all our best wishes. And then we can reconnect with our bodies. We can start to move a little bit. We can gently open our eyes. Take a deep breath. Exhale, relax, and just take a moment to notice the difference in your quality of experience. Still feel this harmonizing effect taking place. And thank you very much for this beautiful co-creation. Let's keep cultivating that awareness of the perfect reference point And let's see how miraculously it unfolds in our lives. So, my infinite blessings and love to you, and have the best life.